Hi, my name is Tracy Glover, and I'm one of the owners and founders of Healing Children LLC. And I've come to talk with you about our healing environment. And I brought my friend Frances. Do you want to say hi to everybody, Frances? Hi, everybody! So Frances, can you tell everyone what a healing environment is? I have no idea, but it sounds like one of those long, serious conversations that my mom has with me to try to help me learn a lesson. Yeah, we adults like to do that, Frances. But actually, the healing environment is really important for kids to grow, to mature, and to be emotionally healthy and happy. So Frances, I want you to look at the house and tell me what you notice. Well, I really noticed those big yellow walls. Yeah, what do you think those big yellow walls do for the house? Well, I guess it kind of holds up the house. Yeah, it holds up the house. What else does it do? Well, and I guess it keeps maybe people out and maybe wind and dirt out of the house. So would you say that the yellow walls provide some protection for the house? Yeah, I guess I would say that it protects the house. Well, boundaries that's in the healing environment are a little like the walls. It protects kids, keeps them safe, it helps them learn right from wrong. Frances, can you explain to everybody what a boundary is? I don't really like to talk about boundaries because that means I'm going to be in trouble. Well, I can understand that, Frances. I think a lot of us don't necessarily enjoy having boundaries, but lots of times boundaries help us and they help us feel safe. Can you think of a time when a boundary helped you feel safe? Well, I guess one time I was staying up really late playing my video games and my mom took them from me and said I couldn't play them until she knew that I would go to bed on time. I didn't like it. I was really, really mad about it. But now I go to bed on time and I'm not so tired for school. So I guess that would be an example. That's a great example, Frances. And it helps other people understand the importance of boundaries. How boundaries help give us guidance, they give us security, and they help us feel emotionally and physically safe, just like a house. The walls of the house make people in the house feel safe, just like boundaries help children and people feel safe. And they're a very important part of the healing environment. Now, Mrs. Weaver, Frances, is going to explain all the other important parts of what kids need to be healthy and happy. Until we see you again, have a great rest of the day. Bye, everybody!
Hi, this is Lena Weaver from Healing Children LLC, and I'm here to talk more about the healing environment that Tracy and Frances were talking about. At Healing Children LLC, we took the components of a healing environment and we put them into a picture of a house to make it more concrete and easier to understand. At the base of our house, or the foundation of our house, is relationships. Relationships are one of the most important things that children need to help them grow and mature and become responsible and happy adults. We know that those people we have relationships with, we are often bonded to. And the people that we are bonded with, we often take on their morals and their values. The next part are boundaries. Just like the walls of a house provide its structure and keep it safe, boundaries provide children the structure and safety that they need to grow up into healthy and responsible adults. The next part is healthy adult self-control. We as adults need to work on our own emotions and our own feelings and learn how to have self-control in order for us to help children with that. Next component is empathy. Empathy is hugely important in helping us with connection with others and helping with the healing of the hurts and pains of life. Another important component is choices. When we are young and have an opportunity to make choices and experience the consequences of those choices, that helps us mature so that when we're adults and make choices, we know what those consequences are going to be and we can make more responsible choices. Acceptance is another important component. We all need to feel like we are accepted as human beings. This does not mean that we are accepting poor behavior or poor choices, but we are accepting the children that we're working with and where they're at in their life. The next component is encouragement. Children need appropriate encouragement to help guide them on their path in making appropriate decisions. And the last part is humor. Humor not only helps us get through life's ups and downs, it also helps us show acceptance of others through gentle teasing and laughter. So this is what the healing environment looks like for all children. When we have children with significant emotional and behavioral problems, the healing environment changes somewhat. This is what the healing environment looks like for children with significant emotional and behavioral problems. You can see that the boundaries have been brought in. They often need more significant structure and boundaries to help support them and help guide them on their path. Choices need to be done very carefully, because if you work with kids with significant emotional and behavioral problems, they often manipulate choices when we give them to them. And we have to be very careful with our humor with children with significant emotional and behavioral problems. As we provide structure, increased structure and boundaries, and the children start to improve in their behavior and their maturity, then the boundaries slowly start to come out until we're back to this healing environment. Sometimes with children with significant emotional and behavioral problems, we might release some boundaries and find that we need to pull those boundaries back in again for a while before we release those boundaries. So at Healing Children LLC, we teach concrete, practical, and easy to use strategies in all of these areas, especially with how to set boundaries with children with significant emotional and behavioral problems. All of our content online. So be on the lookout for those upcoming classes. We wish you the best.